Hello, in this video I'd like to show you how to use Google Scholar just to do a quick search using keywords to hopefully find some articles that can be beneficial to you with your paper. Alright, so let's take a look at what it looks like when you first arrive at the site. This is the homepage for Google Scholar, and the address to get there is right here. So scholar.google.com. Once you're here, you want to go ahead and sign in. And alright, so once your name's here and you're signed in, you can get started. And let's do, I don't know, let's do military conflict and sexual violence. Alright, and so the reason why I have these terms here in quotation marks is because I'm looking for that exact phrase, okay? So if I was just doing like one word, like military, I wouldn't need the quotation marks, but if I'm looking for military conflict or conflicts, I'm looking for that exact phrase, and it's going to follow back to back within that article. So I need military conflicts to appear in that article, so I want to put it in quotation marks because it's looking for that exact phrase when you do your search. Next, you'll see and that's in all caps. That's a Boolean operator, and that's just letting the database know that in addition to military conflicts, you would like sexual violence to appear in that article as well. So it's searching essentially for military conflicts and sexual violence. So those articles with those exact word orders for these two phrases here will appear first in your search screen and will narrow down your search process. So once you have your keywords typed in and you're ready to search, notice that includes patents is checked. Because it's not business we're looking at, we can uncheck that box, and that'll also lessen the amount of material we receive. And let's do a search. So here we have 812 results. And we're seeing sexual violence and military conflicts here in bold. And if I want to see what else we have for this article, I can just click right here on this link right here. And here's our abstract right here. So it can quickly tell us if this is something that we would be interested in for our research paper. Here's a book, War and Rape, a preliminary analysis. This would be a really good source, I believe. Trauma among female veterans, that's a different take on it. The impact of war on women, that sounds like a good one. Sexual violence in conflict zones, that sounds perfect. Alright, so I can narrow down this search if I want to. I can go to, for example, custom range, and if I'm looking for a certain war or a certain date range, I can do that. Alright. I can also go right here to this arrow in the search bar here, and I can customize it. For example, if I only want military conflict and sexual violence to appear in the title of the article, I can do so. That'll narrow it down for me. And alright, so let's take a look at some other things here. So let's say I like trauma among female veterans. Alright, I can go right here and click on that PDF, and it'll open that article right up for me. If I read it and I like what I've seen, remember at the end here you're going to have all kinds of references, okay? And you can order these references through ILLiad. And if you can't remember how to order an article through ILLiad, simply go to that video and the subject guide that I'm sending you, and you can just quickly get a refresher on that. Alright, so let's go back. So I like this one. I want to keep this one. I can simply click save, and when I hit save, it saves it to my library. So every time I log into Google Scholar, it'll always be available to me, and it's going to be available right here. So when you log in, just click on My Library, And there it is, trauma among female veterans. Now if I want the citation, I would just simply click on cite, and it's going to cite it in different styles, in this case APA. And what you want to do is you want to make sure always that it's been done correctly. Remember, this is a computer generated citation, so you want to double check your style manual or go to Purdue OWL just to make sure that it's been put in the correct order and everything looks good. What I also love about Google Scholar is that it will show the other articles that have cited this particular article. Okay, so if I click right here, I'm now looking at 179 articles that have used that article I was interested in within their own papers. Okay, so here's military sexual trauma. This is dealing with PTSD and mental health in women veterans. That sounds good. The influence of combat and interpersonal trauma on PTSD, depression, and alcohol misuse for women veterans. I don't know if that influence of combat and interpersonal trauma. I don't know. Military sexual trauma research. That sounds pretty good. So all of these wonderful resources, right? And if you ever see something like this where you don't have a link on the right hand side to an HTML version or PDF version of the full article, you can always order through Iliad, right? Alright, so I hope this Google Scholar video helps. And if you ever need any additional help, or you want to just troubleshoot some keywords with me, or just want to ask me about any other assignment, come by and see me anytime. I'm always be in the library, and I'll always be accessible to help you. Thank you very much.